hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Go away, you silly birds. And, well, yeah, I broke this. Didn't take long, did it? Here's the deal. I picked up, as you can see, we have some rows missing here. I picked up our first load of grass and went up here and went to dump it in El Silo. And, well, a strange thing happened. It wouldn't let me dump it. Well, even the dump anywhere was just a complete loss. And then I happened to notice that it said, well, there was 127 liters of silage in the bunker. Couldn't see it anywhere. You can see we're down considerably on money. Oh, I tried everything. I leased a small loader and scraped up one side and scraped down the other and here and there and every bloody where. And no. I used the loading wagon, sucked up every bit of chaff that was around the bunker, and yeah, I mean, I honestly did pretty much whatever I could think of to do. Followed the very end by simply plucking the bunker up by selling it. And then, sure enough, here was this little, right about where this is, but under the corner of the bunker itself, a little bit of silage. So, I picked that up, and I thought, okay, cool. I mean, I lost, you know, a couple of $1,000 selling the bunker. I'll just buy it back. Yeah, it didn't work. It would no longer allow... When you get rid of the thing, it leaves the cement pad. Well, that cement pad becomes your new obstructed item. Like, it won't allow anything to settle because it's obstructed. Yeah. That didn't make me very happy. I had to spend yet more money, and what I did was I went into the terrain tool and I painted all of this grass. That worked. But it wouldn't work to allow me to put the medium-sized one back down. As for some reason, as soon as I'd get over to where the edge of this one is, it would tell me I'm not on my property anymore. Even though my property actually extends to right about here. So, that sucked. This is a small, by the way. The medium came out to like here. Right, well, no, it came out to the edge of the field. Yeah, well, okay, so there you go. It came out to where this cement now is. So I thought, well, if I'm going to have a small, how about we throw two smalls? Which is what I've done here. Problem being, to get this one to sit, I had to raise it and raise it. And while you're doing that, it's really hard to tell that what it's actually doing is sucking the ground up till it's high enough it doesn't have the collisions anymore. And I tried raising terrain here to make this drivable or whatever. I tried smoothing it after that. Problem is, anything that silo put down is non-workable terrain. So, at this point, I have a choice. Now, I tried to get that Place Anywhere mod thing. I downloaded it 3 times. It just won't show up in the mod, like when you, what mods you want to select for that particular map. Yeah, it just doesn't show up. No matter, I've tried everything. It's a recognized zip file, blah, 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 but yeah, it will not appear. So there's something wrong with it. Likely there's something in the name that's not allowing it to show up, but either way. So my only other option, like, let me tell you something, guys. This is bloody awkward. Like, this is horrible awkward. These small pens, for one, I barely fit in here. And then you basically got to make a run from one end to the other. When you compress it, so much of it squishes out that I actually had to buy one of these to push it back in. Yeah, it's, like I said, it's a freaking nightmare. My only other option that I can think of is to sell these. Well, see, there's a problem. It only allows me to take the color tool to about here, then it tells me I'm not on my property. So I'm pretty much stuck with what's here, and I'm really not happy with it, believe me. I had hoped that that Place Anywhere mod, that I could simply get rid of those, and then possibly if I covered, painted over the concrete with grass, it would allow me to use the terrain tool to lower it. But I have a feeling the real truth of it is species broke it. Yeah. A little bit of work, and I have no idea why that other mod didn't show up. It makes no sense. But, like I said, there was nothing I could do. It would not allow me to dump anything until I got that last bit of silage out. And, like I said, I tried everything. I even exchanged our normal belts for the auto-load one that was put out. Nope. Couldn't find it. Found all the loose chaff that was split. Found chaff that I couldn't even see. But it wouldn't find that. It was so well, I guess, inside the hitbox of the silo that, yeah, no tool would pick it up. So, there you go. Doesn't make me happy, but, what can we do? I'm going to stuff all of this in here, and then, like I said, my plan was to buy the other property. So we'll see what happens at that point, But this is it is a nuisance beyond belief. I mean, it takes me 10 minutes to deal with each trailer full of grass, which I suppose, in the real measure of things is probably ludicrously short period of time, I mean, if you were to do this in real life, it would probably be, 45 minutes of driving this around to fill the trailer, and then another hour of running your tractor up and down trying to squish the silage, and then pushing it all back in and squishing it back down. And, you'd probably spend the better part of a day unloading 2 or 3 trailers, at least if you were at my level of, adeptness at this sort of thing. Which is to say about as close to the bottom of the banana as you're going to get. Alright, let's swing wide. Scare all the birds, blah. Plus the fact, pretty much anything else I'm going to do, I'm just losing money. I'm almost down to the point where my first silage sale is going to be a loss. So, not terribly impressed. Not at all. And like I said, it's because, simply enough, because when you pick a placed item, it doesn't pick up the pad that it put underneath it. And I don't think that's gonna work. I just don't. Whether you can paint over it or not, as you can see, it causes issues. The other thing is they really need to allow you to zoom in closer when you're trying to raise or lower objects. Because, like I said, I had no idea how high that thing was, but it raised the entire ground until it was, I guess, parallel to the horizon by the bloody look of it. Are we going to make this? Look at that. A full trailer just as we get here. So, let the ridiculousness begin. I find this is the easiest way. Alright, I'm going to have to come out of the tractor, though. Because these things have got to be pretty exacticating. Alright. The leveling also really helps to allow you to actually get in here. Okay. A little farther. That should be good. And unload. See, these are really small. Like really small. Oh, come on. I don't want to make too big a bubble. I'll never be able to drive over these. That's the one problem. This thing does unload quick enough that it's really easy for me to just make crippling size, what do you call it? Rows in there. And Same thing here. This is a little bit of personal crazy, so I probably shouldn't have gone that way. There we go. We managed, did we? Yeah, we did. Oh, that was a pretty poor showing. So, now, see, I can get the tractor up this backside, but I cannot get the trailer up there. I mean, obviously, it just high centers itself like a freaking whale, right? There we go. Whoop! Come on, get up there. There you are. Okay, we'll go through with the blade pretty high the first time. There we are. It flattens it out pretty decently. Oh yeah, I'm learning whole new skills here to make this stuff work, let me tell you. Okay. Now let's drop this down a little bit, nothing too stupid. Because man, I found you can make some pretty rank ridges on the edge if you bring that down too quick. There, that looks pretty good. See, now we're sort of talking levels. So, alright, let's lift you up out of the way. And let's get some actual compacting done. Yeah, without this silage, whatever the heck they call these, shields or something, yeah, this would be just a horrifying prospect, let me tell you. And this actually went much, much better than the last one, I gotta say. Let's get this edge done. And that should do it. Perfect. Alright, I'm just going to go and drop this thing off. There we are. Yeah. But, I mean, we're sitting there with over 100,000 in there again. So, you know. And as you can see, I've barely touched the richness and vastness that is going to be this particular crop of silage. Now, the other issue is, I don't know how much, these are only small bunkers, I'm not sure what they actually hold. See, I do have another mod that uses smaller bunkers with higher capacities. Oops. Yeah. You need to turn everything back on, you know. They might shut off automatically, but that's as far as their IQ will carry them. So, let's do everything up. Get rid of this one little monkey of a half row. You could start. There we are. That wasn't too bad at all. Nice. Okay. Clean that up. I'm a horrible, horrible person. Alright, let's cut in here. Good a place as any. I mean, eventually I'm just going to pick up every row anyways, so might as well get comfortable and take the ride. And it was one of those things as well that I suppose in the long run probably better that I spent the rather ruinous hour that all of that mucking about with those silos took off camera. Because it was, well, one of those slightly frustrating sort of scenarios, you know. And I noticed as well that when I downloaded that mod, that the only comment that had been left for the modder was it didn't seem to work on the in-game maps. And as I said, I couldn't get it to show up in the mod thing. So, I don't know. Too bad. It might have solved my problem because I might have been able to just simply place a large even right on top of the existing concrete. But I will keep my eyes open, you know. maybe it's simply that it's another matter of, you know, maybe I don't actually have an original copy. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. That is one of the things, I guess, about getting early into the mods like this, is they're probably not what they're going to be in the long run. Now, okay, that actually, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of pity cleanup here. Alright, up and over. Yeah, you can see I did mow a row or two above the edge of our field, so yeah, and every bit I can get, the heck with them. I don't want to be a grass mower forever, man. We could do some pretty nice crops up here. Whoops, I said I just wanted to see if we could make a bunch of money fairly quickly. Because, I mean, if nothing else, grass is a nice, fast resource. So, okay. And we're almost full again. Excellent. But yeah, I can see that that's really can become annoying, that whole collision with object thing when you're trying to play stuff. You know, I mean, in this case it was caused by the fact that Giant's tool wouldn't erase what they created in so much as I couldn't. The parts I painted over, they were like they'd brand new to the map. Right, I painted it over in grass, and it acted exactly like just a blank spot of grass. Instead, if I moved the things over far enough, I was able to use them. But as soon as they got close to the bit of concrete that they wouldn't allow me to erase, even though I went to the smallest tool size, or not erase, paint, sorry. Even though I did go to the smallest tool size, it still... It kind of pops into a grid thing, and not the snap to grid. I didn't use that, but it's still, when you place it, if you've used it, you know what I mean. So, but anyway, yeah. Dexter's just meowing his head off again. I don't know what his problem is, that boy. Dixie finally got her cone head off today. Ooh, look at that. I can cut that sharp enough. Brilliant. So she's feeling a little better about the world. Dexter, please. Good Lord. If that had been my old microphone, you guys would be hearing a cacophony of meow, 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 freaking meow. And he doesn't want anything. You know, his sister's ignoring him, so... he meows. As near as I figured out, they don't actually meow at each other. They only meow at me. Even if they're not in the room. You know, they expect me to, well, react when they hear meowing. And Dexter being Dexter, of course, plays that to the full. Alright, so a good pass on its highest. Alrighty. Get a little compact and done. Nice. You can see how we're just bailing it out the back end of this thing, though, eh? So. And down to about half-mast. Ooh, maybe a little higher. The pit's already pretty high. Okay, let's try about there. That's not bad. Oh, nice, nice, nice. It's a little bit low. You can see we kind of got a bit of a heap on the end there. Not bad. Alright. Let's raise it up so I don't screw it up coming backwards. And again, we'll run the hump. Out the end we go, and... oh, mama, get up the hill, boy. Come on. Yeah, there's not much room there. Okay. Are we up there? We are. Lovely. Alright, let's see if we can shove some of this back in. Yeah, see, that's a bit of a problem. Now, if I raise this, oops, will it still do that when I come backwards? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, let's just get it compacted. We'll worry about how much of it's sticking out the edges when we're done, I think. And a little more. There we go. Just get rid of this one a bit. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Oh. There's one farmer that's going to need clean underwear by the end of the day. Woohoo. Well done. Because this isn't a small machine, you know. It's one thing, a little vehicle that you go, oh, and bail out the door or something like this. You'd be jumping 15 feet to the ground as it was. Well, I would be anyway. Being as I'm not exactly large. Alright. Alright, let's get this thing going. I swear, I wonder if they make Xanax for cats. There we go. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a trial here, but once again, I am convinced that once I have gone through the motions here, if nothing else, I'm certainly going to find myself, I'm just going to go all the way to the end and catch that outside row. Find myself in a decent position financially. So, and I will see if I can find a different link for that mod. Because I'm pretty sure, like, he even mentions, he says he's found no side effects, but there may be, you know, a hidden issue as it kind of bypasses certain checks. Well, I guess the check that it bypasses is collision. Right? Which, as far as I'm concerned, is where Giants has been coming up incredibly short on this whole placeables thing. Like I said, a little, you know, that, right there, that little bit of grass, that would have been enough to go, no, 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 you can't place that there, that's a hedgerow, that's collision. And that's, what is it, let me think of the word, oh yeah, ridiculous. So, oh, I tell ya, I'm starting to sound like my buddy Driz. Just kidding, pal. Just kidding, I've been whining on YouTube for years. Oh man, even longer than Dexter has been. Dexter, give it up. Or come in here and at least talk to the people, man. Standing out in the hallway yelling at my door. The door's open, you know. So, I don't know. Yeah. I swear every once in a while I just want to go, what's the matter, lassie? Did Timmy fall in a well? But Dexter's too young to understand what the heck I'd be talking about anyway, so... Seems a rather moot thing to do. Oh, there's where I'm aiming, not that little tuft of grass. That's just gonna sit there as far as I can see. Here we go. Man, I've almost got the headroom done at least. Haven't got anything off the actual main yet. Well, I mean, this is part of the main field, but I mean, as far as once I finally started going up and down, instead of round and round and round and round. So, good deal. So I think that's 4 trailers worth in there now. So 140, almost 150,000. Yeah, should easily get $250,000. Not necessarily in dollars. We'll have to see what the price is. They might take one look at my one more trailer full of this, please, and just go, no, I'm sorry. It's now worth 75 cents a ton. Like it or leave it. Yeah. There is, after all, supposed to be some sort of active economy. So I could only imagine that I can only get away with dumping literally tons of product all the same for so long. Oh, there we are. We are full again. Thought for a minute there we were going to finish the entire outer rim, but nope. There you go, species. Wind it right out. You haven't rolled it yet today. Bloody close, but... Alrighty. Up we go. That's actually a pretty nicely leveled silo, considering this is my first time ever doing that. If I do say so myself. Alright, trailer 5. In fact, even to have dumped 5 of these trailers in there and not gotten stuck because it's level enough is quite amazing, in my opinion. Alright. Oh, man. Twitchy. I don't want it there. It's not where I want it. I really do want it close to the center. It's much easier to level it that way. Come on, stop. There we go. I'll accept that. I will. Let's go. Try and keep most of it. Oop, come on. Don't come to a dead stop. That's not the idea. It's supposed to be going nice and gradual here. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Do-do-do-do. Okay. And it's pretty much rinse and repeat, I guess. Another 10 times or so of doing this, and I should be at a point where I can pull the sheets over and go good. We are done. Alright. Let's see how we make out this time. That's fully all the way up. I'll give this tractor one thing. She does this well. You know, I still don't regret, sorry. I'll use my words. I still don't regret going with something this big. That is up all the way, isn't it? Yep, it is. Let's see if I can smooth that out a little bit along this one edge back here. Get as close in as I can. There we go. Now, that's about what I want. Okay. Drop it down just a little bit. Pitch it back as far as... It doesn't have a whole lot of swivel back and forth, but I think a little bit to help smooth this out couldn't hurt. You know, how's that looking? That's a little better. I think that's probably all we require with the smoothicator. Alright, so let's set it back now. Jeez. See, that gets a little further every time, eh? pitch her forward again. Get her down nice and tight. There we go. And upsy banana. Try and get her all the way off of there. Perfect. Alright guys, I think I will, well, as I said, rinse and repeat ad infinitum here until I have 2 full bunkers. So, yeah, of grass and glory, eh? How are we doing here? 168,000, eh? That's not bad. I think I had 180,000 total the last time, so we'll see how we do. But I just realized I need to compact that just a wee bit more. We leveled it, but that's as far as I got. So, I'm going to carry on doing that, and doing this and that and t'other thing. If any of you have a link that you've used that works for that Place Anywhere mod, feel free to drop it into the comments down below. Now, I think I'm already an episode or 2 ahead here, so it may be a day or 2 before I actually get to try it out. Because, well, you guys won't be seeing this episode for a day or 2, but there you go. How we doing? 98%. I got a feeling that still this side is pretty much it. Now that I've rubbed all the writing off the side of my tires. There we are. We're compacted 100%. Alright guys, with that, take care of each other, folks. This has been Species 7. Ciao.